Good morning, traders. Good morning, everybody. I think I'm that late. I was just waiting for more people to join us. I hope everybody can hear me. It's a good week, and thank God it's Monday. So rather sorry about that quick transmission, everybody. I was having issues with my internet. Now it's back, and I hope you can hear me. I hope there will be no interference this morning. So from any of us. So I'm going to have to go to here and see if I can disable people from speaking. Give me a second. Let me check. Okay, so I've just muted everybody. Now, what you can do is you can send me a message. It's okay, right? So, and if you want to send me a message, just personalize it. Click my name and send me a message. Okay, so my name is Olusegun, as you can see, right? Like I said before, it's a privilege that I'm here, and I want to appreciate you all. Now, I'm going to be going into my chart, okay, and the chart I'll be using this morning is going to be an MT4. I could use MT5, I could use MT4, I can use anyone, right? But the one I'll be loading and sharing with you is going to be on MT4. Now, even if you're using MT5, it's not important, right? Two of the two charts are the same, okay? So it's just that one is a higher version of the other one, right? The MT5 is a higher version of MT4, and of course, you can still use it to trade. Okay, so if you're on MT5, stay there, and of course, if you're on MT4, stay there anywhere you are. So anywhere you are, I hope you can hear me. Anywhere you are, you can still follow me. So let's quickly go to. Some people are asking me how my night was. Well, my night was fine. That's from Kenik. Kenik, is it Kenik? Right. So, hello, good morning, and of course, any other person that's in there saying good morning. So I'm going to go to Brown Akinola. I greet you too. We are 5 minutes into the time, so let's quickly share our screen, and of course, we can get started already. Right. So I'm going to go to my chat and share. So let me go ahead and share my empty full screen right now. I hope you can see it. That's my account. you guys know the history of this account. For those that are following, we all know the history of this account. Okay, so 2 weeks ago it was on, I think, 500K thereabout. And of course, we can even check how much I've made this month. Today is 11th of this month. So if I go here and I scroll down to check custom period to look at the first of this month to now, then we can check how much I've made. Now, one of the advantages we say, whoever wants to teach you how to fish, or whoever wants to give you clothes, first of all, check the one the person is wearing. Okay, like, oh, say you want to teach us how to trade. Oh yeah, show us your account. Okay, so that's how much I've made this month, 100,000 or 106,000. It's small money, but it's manageable. All right, so and that's because I've not been able to really, like I said, I only do this only when I'm with you guys, right? I only do trading when I'm, teaching people how to trade. That's when I trade. I don't really have time because of my work. I don't really have time to, sit down with my laptop and be trading and be buying and selling. Really, I don't have time, right? So because I move around a lot. Last week I was in Akure all through. Was so far so good. Like so now, let me go to comment section and see if any other person wants me to look at something. Okay, how do I bring out my order like you did here? Okay, it's always hard for me to locate when I make a trade. Now it's very simple. Alaska, it's very simple. All you need to do if you are using laptop, which I hope you are using laptop, now you go to control key on your keyboard. Once your MT4 or MT5 is open, it's either of the two. They work the same. The control key works the same. So let us say that I don't want to click anything. I just want this information here, this information on trade to disappear. All I need to do is to press Control key on my keyboard and press T. T for tire or T for doing or T for tomato. All right. So press Control T. Just press Control key, hold it and press T. It will disappear. All right. That T stands for terminal, right? Or trading terminal. All right. So, and if you press the Control T again, Control T, it will come back. It's just that sometimes, all right, when this comes back, most often than not, this will go to mailbox. Most often than not, it just go to mailbox like this or news. It depends on, depends on your laptop. It go to news, it go to mailbox, it go to market. But whichever one it goes to, it's all the same. All right. So because it will not default to trade. So all you need to do is to now look to the left side, left hand side. You see trade, the left hand side, like so. Then you click it, you'll be able to see your trade. Then you can look at your account history, you can look at your trade, you can look at anything. All right. Where people normally go to is account history or trade. Account history shows you the recent trade you have taken, of course, the summary of the trade. And then trade itself actually show you currently running trade if you have any. Now, if you don't know how to use Control key, it's still simple. All you can do is to click on View. Okay. If you can see View on your laptop, click on it, and then you can go to Terminal. This one, right? Terminal. And then you can click on it, it will disappear. And then you can click on View again, click on Terminal, it will come back. Now, if you're using MT5 and you click on View, you will not see Terminal, but you will see Toolbox. If you're using MT5, you rather than see Terminal like so, you will see Toolbox. They work the same, right? So terminal or toolbox, terminal on MT5, sorry, terminal on MT4, toolbox on MT5, they work the same. And of course, they can bring it in, and of course, they can make it disappear, right? So, but I actually find it easy for me to use toolbox because it works faster for me. Now, I hope that solves the problem. Akano, or is it Akano? Or, sorry, I think your name is Alaska. All right. Thank you very much. And of course, I hope others have learned from that. Thank you very much, Mr. Ayu Felix. My journey from Akure back to Lagos was fine. Thank God, right? No incident whatsoever. We appreciate God because it's not really easy to drive from Akure to Lagos. It's actually 5 hours non-stop, right? If you are very fast, it's 5 hours. If you are not fast, it could be 6 hours, 7 hours, right? But of course, we did it 5 hours, so we thank God. All right. So, and of course, we only came back on Saturday. Now, let's quickly go to. Let me go to start. So I'm going to go to, like, now you can see I don't have any trade on my chart, and of course I think I mentioned it last week that I lost my data on my phone or my laptop. Okay, the laptop I was using had issues, and of course had this issue. All right, so all my data went to the hard disk. All right, so I've not been able to bring my indicators back. Okay, before now, if I click on here, you guys know that I used to have a lot of information on templates like this, right? That'll be as long as Okoshokoto. They're not, so for now I only have few. Okay, but I've been able to bring this back because the importance of trading is that you must be able to, once you understand it, you'll be able to do a lot of things. Okay, I could call any strategy anytime, any day. Of course, I have to be fine. Now, this strategy that you're looking at, it's a breakout strategy that I normally use to trade. It tells me when to sell and when to buy. Anytime the red line that you are seeing now is above the black line, I'm ready to buy if other signals are correct. Anytime the red line falls below the black line like so, I'm ready to sell if other signals are correct. And now that it is above the red is also above the black right now, I'll be ready to buy if other signals are correct. Now, what are the other signals? Let me give you an example. So as of here, when the red line is above the black, I think around this zone. Okay, so I'll be ready to buy only if we are able to break the previous high or recent high. Now, based on what we are seeing here, say that this is a previous high or recent high around here, right? And of course, the price eventually, the moving average eventually cross above the black, and of course, eventually we're able to break the high, right? Because we can extend this one like so, and we see a break around this level. So this zone is a buy zone for me. So I'll be placing a buy from around here. Of course, I would have made it all. Okay, because the price rose up to this level, more than how many pips? It's in our chart. It's more than 100 pips. So even if it was 50 pips, I would have gathered, right? That's for Euro USD. Now, soon enough, the price did opposite, exactly opposite of what it did here. It did it right here. So we also saw kind of like a fall, okay, right here. Let me see if I can extend it. So we saw kind of like a fall like so, because the price did this. So I will only be ready to sell when the price here in this instance is able to break the recent low, like so. This was a recent low. So you can see that the price refused to break it because, yeah, the price made attempt. Okay, so I could just bring this. So the price made attempt to actually break below, but it couldn't break below. Can you see it? It made attempt around here to break below, but it couldn't break below. So of course there was a reversal to the upside. So that means I will not naturally, trade a sell on that particular signal. Now the price has done exactly the same thing, okay, that I did before. So because I could actually come around and drag it, let me double click this and show you something. So now there's a previous high around here, right here. Okay, make this shortened so that you will not see what you're not supposed to see. Right. So we have a high. Of course, now the red is above the black. So we'll be ready to buy, or I will be ready to buy if this current price, as it is now, is able to move as it's currently moving. This is where the current price is now. If it's able to move and move and move and move and move and close above this level, then I will continue to buy. Otherwise, I will not place a buy. Of course, I will not place a sell. That is on Euro USD. So it means that as it is now on Euro USD, there is no signal. So I don't have any signal or bias for buy or bias for sell. Now, note that, and I must state it right here, right now, that this training that I'm conducting here on behalf of Rally Trade Rally Academy does not necessarily signify or guarantee kind of like like it doesn't serve as a financial advice. It doesn't say you should buy or sell. No, I'm not asking to trade a buy or sell anything. I'm just doing this for education purpose only, so that we can learn and understand how I trade. how I make money. Now, if you place a buy while I'm trading, or you place a sell while I'm trading, it means you're only kind of like doing what I'm doing, all right, or taking this on your own, 100% on your own decision, all right. It's not my decision for you to buy or sell. Right, so I must state it very, very clearly. And if you are following me, it's because we believe in it, right? Now, of course, taking the trade is up to you. And of course, if you want to really test whether what I'm saying is good or not, based on education purpose only, we could do this on demo account. Everybody has a demo. Okay, and of course, even if you don't have a demo, you can open one. All right, and of course, practice and practice until you understand the strategy that I'm teaching. Then you can now go ahead and choose to use it when and wherever you like it. All right. Now, that said, it means that I just told you now that personally, my bias on Euro USD today is neither of a buy or sell. But if you ask me, and of course, if I remove everything from the screen, okay, say for example, I remove all these ones, my bias for Euro USD will remain bearish, okay, because looking at the larger trend, maybe I could just go to here and remove this indicator and also remove all these ones, all right? I could just do this, then close this part and zoom out so that you can see what I've seen. So based on what I have here on this Euro USD, this price will still fall, okay, because if you look at the D1 type thing, the price, what can I tell you? The price has gotten close to a zone, okay, that is high, right? A high, like a kind of like higher red. Check this. From where the price is now, you see that this kind of like signifies. Let me paint this part so that you can see it. You see it? So that part was a support in the past, and this part also serves as resistance, kind of serve like a consolidation zone. Of course, it can still serve as resistance right now. So this part where the price is now is on resistance zone on weekly chart. And by the time we drill it down to daily chart, you see that we are still on the resistance zone. So the price can turn back at any time on the daily chart. And drilling it down to 4 hours, it's obvious that the price is currently trading around the resistance zone for 4 hours. And finally, on 1 hour, where we are on this same Euro USD, you understand that the price has recently touched the resistance, and it's obvious around here, right? Okay, so the price can actually turn back at any time. Okay, and if you begin to look at even trend line, you begin to see kind of like a formation that could actually maintain itself. And of course, if we drill this down to say we duplicate, it actually mean that we are around the resistance also. Okay, so if you are able to draw a line like this on your chart on Euro USD on 1 hour chart, it could mean that if the price eventually close like so, if eventually close like if it close below this trend line, if any candle on this 1 hour close below this trend line, it could actually deliver kind of like a bearish momentum, right? Because in the gold part on the axis for gold, right? So that let me save this first of all. So I just need to go back. I think I've drawn this one. So let me just go to gold and try something. Delete all these ones. Delete all these ones. Okay. I'm going to save this information. Okay. When you look at gold on H1, you see it kind of like a bearish move. Yeah, what up? You see kind of like a bearish move on gold this morning. And of course, that means gold is already responding to kind of like a call, see. So it means that most likely Euro USD could follow the same route this morning. So we could actually have a kind of like a bearish momentum, coming for Euro USD, not necessarily a buy. Okay, that's why when you're looking at the breakout that I was showing you earlier on, that's why it may not put them a buy for Euro USD, even though you have a signal that the price could actually rise for Euro USD. That doesn't mean that the price will rise. So we use some of these things to check whether we should trade a buy or sell on any of these instruments. So that said, we now go to like USD. On the USD front, what we are seeing now is that the price could actually go up, right? So we have potential for upside on the USD. And then on the 4 hours front, even though we have kind of like a range right now, which the market I really don't like trading, a break above or below this. Let me check the 15 days time frame first of all. Would actually pretend something for us. So I want to believe that this price could actually surge to the upside. Let me check with this. Okay, it could actually surge to the upside because before we could conclude that this price will go down, then we'll need to see a break below the structure before we could say that the price of USD will go down. We need to see a break below this structure, and this structure is nothing more or less than kind of like a piercing line on 15 minutes time frame, even on 30 minutes, right? So even on 1 hour. Okay, so on the 1 hour front, we need a break below the structure, and of course on the 1 hour front also we need a break above the structure for a buy. Okay, so but based on what we can see here, if we now convert this to scalping, we check with MCM5, all of them are turning upside down. So I think this one could actually be kind of like a buy, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on my bias on this one would be kind of like to the upside. So I'm going to go, if I'm to trade this, I'll go with a buy. So I just did this distribution on this one. That's the way I'm going to trade USDPY today. And because I'm using a smaller time frame, I'm going to put my stop loss below the structure. Okay, that's what my stop loss should be. And my take profit would be like around this level, right? Like 1 to 1 is 31 pips take profit and 24 pips stop loss. That's about 1 to 1.5. That's where I will stop on USD JPY. So I think USD would actually surge to the upside, possibly. That's my bias on this one. For Euro JPY, well, I wouldn't really say this. But based on the structure, this one is actually showing us. It could actually be a buy also. Right? It could be a buy. Right? But I think I'll just, stay off this one until I see more information on it. Everything looks good to buy on this one. Everything looks good to go on, okay, on this one. But I'll just stay off and see if I can do kind of like a limit order on this one. So my bias is actually to buy, but I'll be patient enough to see, or I should be patient enough to see if the price will come back for me, take me there. Now for GBP USD, I actually missed this, right? I missed it big time. Why I said I missed this one is because of my travel. Okay, so last week I was here and I think it was last week I drew this line. And I told you then that if this price will come back and retest this line, uh, then we're around this zone. Then we're around this zone that time on Monday. Monday was when? 04, yeah. Monday last week was 4th. So in the morning, I think we were around this zone in the morning. Okay, was Monday 5th? Let me check something. Monday last week was 4th, yeah. So Monday last week, I told you guys that on this GBP that if we could have a retest of this trend line, that the price will likely, go to the upside. I think we're around here. Yeah, that if the price could break above, I think we're around this place that time. And if the price could break above this trend line and retest it, that we're going to see kind of like a bullish momentum. And true to what happened, because I actually had a buy on it, it went and made profit. It actually closed on trailing stop. Okay, so it was a profit, and then the price, turned and hit my stop loss on break even, which is also profit for me. At the end, now, if I had left it, I would have made a lot of money because between then and now, the price has traveled nothing less than say 180 pips into profit. So for those people that would have taken this trade or followed last week, it would have been a lot more. Okay, so my bias on this one is for today though. It's not like last week, so it's going to be different because the price has done 180 pips, almost 200 pips since then. So the price could be tired and they want to kind of like drop for a bit. So for this one, I'm going to be going with a kind of like a sell, right? So, and of course, I could just do kind of like instant execution. Okay, that's my buyer. So if I'm to trade this one, I'll just be looking to sell, and my stop loss will be right above here of this one. Okay, so that's what I'll do on GBP USD. That's what I'll do. I'll be going, my bias is going to be for a set. If I'm taking the trade, I'll be looking for a way to kind of like short it, right? Of course, my take profit could be anything, like maybe 10, 20 pips. All right, so let's go to the next one, which is the CAD APY on my list this morning. CAD APY, I wouldn't know why this chart is like this, but I could test for 1 hour to see that. But based on what we are seeing here, let me go to M15 and check something out. On the M15 time frame, price is looking bearish, right? So I'm going to do something very fast. I'm going to do something very fast. I'm going to go to horizontal line and put on top of this one. I want to see if I will get a retest on 1 minute. Horizontal line and put below, and then I'll put it on 1 minute. I want to check something. Yeah. Okay. So I think if I have to trade this one, I'll also be going with a sell kind of line. Okay. So yeah, I think I will do that. So I think sell will be ideal on this one. Sell will be ideal. Okay, so if I have to trade this one, I'll be going with sell on this one. If I have to trade it, go with sell. So I'm gonna go to here and do so I think sell would be ideal. I think so. If I have to trade it, I'll be going with the sell. So, but I actually wanted to see if I could sell at around this price. So currently the price is below the area I would have loved to sell. So if the price come back for this level, then I'll be on the sell on this one, right? So let me go to the next one on this list, which will be US 100. Now for US 100, this price looks bullish, right? Everything suggests so. So the trend is intact. Okay, so I was actually trying to fix my internet again, but I think I'm with you now. So for this US 100, I think we're having the same information um, that is consistent with the trend. Okay, so we have kind of like impact on the RSI, but we also have an uptrend impact on the price action. So there's a regular divergence here, which is normal. All right, so the price is doing what the indicator is saying. There's no conflict of interest. So I think my bias for this one would be bullish. Okay, coupled with the fact that yes, economy appear to be very good, right? Appears strong. This is what we have from Powell, right? Jerome Powell is the current chairman, right? Or incubate, we say incubate. Okay. So everything looks good on this one. And I think even if this price is going to drop on these 4 hours, most likely the worst to do is that to drop on this trend line. That's the worst case to happen now. So I think US 100 is good. Okay, so just draw this kind of a thing. Put your chart on 4 hours and locate this kind of structure and this kind of structure and connect the structure with your trend line. And you have a trend line that is intact. So you wait for the price to return to that trend line and then you pick a buy. And the reason why you want to do that is simple. That's because the trend line is intact both on indicator and on price action. You can see it here. Everything is good. So price is doing higher high. Indicator is also doing higher high. So everything is fine. So the trend is intact. Wait for the price to return to support and pick your trade accordingly, right? So if you want me to look at something different from what I just looked at, you could just drop it for me. I'll be glad to look at it on your behalf or for all of us. So let me wait for your message, everybody. Drop what you want me to look at, and of course, we'll have a look at it. All right. Drop whatever you want me to look at, and then we'll have a look at it. More messages, please. More messages, please. More messages, please. More messages, please. I'm waiting for more messages. Okay, so let me see what Alaska has to say. Alaska said I should look at yield GPY and GPY, but I already look at yield GPY Alaska. I said that on yield GPY front that I've not decided, but of course, I'll look at yield GPY. Let's look at what Akano has to say. He said I should look at New Zealand USD and the EDS. Now, let me begin to open them one by one so that we don't miss anyone. New Zealand USD and EDS. So I think the man is loves New Zealand and Australia. Maybe he's even there, who knows? Maybe that's where he resides. Maybe he resides around that zone. They want to know and trade whatever is their currencies around there. And of course, I will also open GPP because somebody mentioned that I should look at GPP, GPY. Okay, so let me look for the next message from BGV. Say D30 or D40, any one of the two. Okay, so for BGV, we look at indices under D40, which is also D30 or 95. And of course, we look at the Adeyemi Olalekan. It says wheat and US 2000. All right, so let's look at wheat somewhere here and US 2000 should be under indices, right? Then we look at the next message, which is from Victor Edojo. It says D40, which is the same thing as what we have opened. Shoyemi says oil. Okay, so let's look at crude oil, WTI. I think he insisted on WTI. Go to WTI. Oils and of course oil WTI. I think they will do the same thing. I think so. I think so. Seriously. They should be doing the same thing, right? They do the same thing. So let's look at the next message, which is from Sanusi. It says cocoa and D40. We already opened D40, but now we open cocoa to join it. Let's wait for this part. No, that's the cocoa. And then I also look at more messages. Okay, so there's no more message. Now we could just quickly as we can, do a reversal. So we start from cocoa, and of course we can see the chart right now. The price, I think the price already broke the trend line. Based on what I'm seeing, there was a trend line around here that's been broken and that's been tested. Yeah, I see it. Okay, so let's make it objective a little bit. Objective a little bit. just move this. So I think the trend has shifted based on what I'm saying now to upside. Okay, trend has shifted to upside. Because that trend line is already broken, right? So let's adjust. Based on what we can see here, what you do, okay? I don't know your name. Let me go back and check on that messages. Let me check. Okay, your name is Sanusi Olatunde. What you can do is you will plot the exact same thing I just plotted here is what you will plot, okay, on your chart. Plot it. Then you wait for a break. Okay, you trade the break. Okay, how? Or you break it, you trade a test. So you will just plot a line like this. Okay, and then wait for the price to come back for the line. Right now, the price is currently trading above the line, right? Just put your chart on 1 hour, okay, and wait for the price to test this region. Now, if it tests this region, if I'm the one trading, I'll place a buy, all right, based on what the price will now say. For example, if the price push this kind of narrative where it has a spinning bar around this line or a bullish engulfing candle around the line, you'll be looking for. So wait for the don't trade. If I'm the one trading, I will not place a trade now. I will wait for cocoa to touch this line in the future. I don't know whether it's going to be today, tomorrow, but if it does touch it and give me kind of like a candle like this, I'll place it back. That's what I would do. Okay, and of course that concludes this for cocoa. And let's minimize cocoa and go to the next one on this list. And the next one is going to be crude oil WTI. Based on what I'm seeing here, this price is actively on the channel. Okay, I could go to so that you can see it well here like so, and then draw a trend line so that you can see it. But the price is actually on the channel, right? Let me zoom it a little bit so that you can see it. So if I plot a trend line, like so, let me just adjust. Obviously, the price is playing around this trend line, this channel. Okay, you see it up and down, right? So the price is playing around the channel. Now, obviously, the price will do something. It will try to do something. Now, this line that you see, they're parallel lines because I use one to draw the other one, right? I use the lower one to draw the upper one. So based on what we are seeing on the price on the channel, then eventually it will break. So if I'm the one trading crude oil, I will not place a trade now because the price is inside of the channel. So a break above or below will signify kind of like buy or sell. But most likely, based on what I'm seeing now, the break is likely going to be above. All right, the break will likely be above. So if you want to test this knowledge, you can use moving averages to check. Okay, like exponential. Sorry, yeah, like we use simple or black, and then use exponential on red. Is sorry, 21. 21 or 20 on exponential will be fine. So the price is currently downtrend inside of this channel, but the downtrend is not as if it's going to go down very fast. No, it's going to remain inside the channel. So let's see if 15 minutes chart can give us something. So if you want to know whether the price will go up, is what you can do is to go like on these smaller time frames, zoom in, okay, and check. All these ones are still inside the channel. Okay, so if the price is going to go up, I remember it's going to have to break above the channel. Remember that it's going to have to break above this channel if it's going to go up. But sometimes some of these small time frames could reveal a lot. Okay, so but for now, if I'm the one trading crude oil, I'll just stay off because I'll not trade a buy or a sell. I'll just be waiting for kind of like a breakout. Simple as that. Now, that is for for crude oil WTI. And the same thing we apply for this one also, this crude oil itself. This is the Brent crude. Okay, if you look at the chart also, they are the same. They are one and the same, all right? So you don't need to worry yourself too much about this one, right? So it's still going to be the same analysis. Okay, you stay off. Now for US 2000, let's take it here and check. Based on what we can see here, the price did and look like head and shoulder pattern bottom. Okay, head and shoulder bottom. Head and shoulder bottom. And that's what I'm saying. Based on what I'm saying here, this price will likely continue to go up, most likely, because right now the trend is shifting to the upside, obviously. Obviously shifting to the upside. Okay. So why don't you, if you are the one to trade this, or if I'm the one to trade this, what I'll do is that I'll wait for the price to test this line. Okay, test this line as it's moving up now. Okay, or as it appears to be moving up. I'll be waiting for the line to the price to test this line and give me a candle that supports a buy. In fact, I'll be keeping a close tab of this particular one today. Yes, 2000. It could actually give me a lot of money because if the price tests this line in the future and give me a candle reaction that supports a buy, such as like a pin bar, such as like a spinning candle, such as like a bullish engulfing, I'm going to be placing a buy if I see such, right? So, for example, now this is a long-legged BG formed right here that pushed the price to the upside. Long-legged BG. Okay, this one, right? That's a long-legged BG. That's what we call a long-legged BG. Okay, so if we follow that kind of a candle in the future, I could actually, place a trade buy. So that's what I would do. My bias is to buy because there's a headed shoulder bottom that has been broken, and of course the price could actually push to the upside. So what I'm saying now, for wheat, okay, wheat is a little bit different from the crude oil. They did exactly the same thing, but wheat is already out of that logjam, right? Let's zoom in and check. So at the point in time, if we do this a little bit, let's do this, check. At the same time, we see that the price was actively on the narrow part to the downside. Actively on the narrow part to the downside. Was actively on the narrow part to the downside. Now I'm going to use this to plot the other side of it. Okay, so that we can have a parallel line. Good. So based on this, so unlike the crude oil that is still inside, the wheat is already outside. So I want to believe that this price is going to continue to go up. Okay. So we just need to clear. Now we have even cleared the barrier. We have already cleared this barrier. Okay. This was a high and it's been cleared. And now it's on a kind of like a test. So the next barrier we're going to need to clear out is going to be this one. The next barrier we need to clear out because we'll be on a very, very ferocious move to the upside. So, and of course, it's not as strong as we think. So I think I want to believe that this wheat is on the path to the upside. So if I'm to trade wheat, I'll be looking to buy. If I'll be buying, all right. So if you are on the buy, do I really trade wheat anyway? But if you're on a buy already, if you have a buy trade on wheat already, you are good to go. Just leave it. The price will most likely continue to give you what you want. If you're on a sell, it will not favor you, right? Of course, if you want to now trade, like you're generally trading with, you should be looking to buy, right? That's what I would advise because that's what I would have done, right? I think this one is intact, right? So, and a confluence could come. For example, now something could push the price around here, okay? And of course, it could play into your hand. Now, if a price reacts ferociously around this zone that I painted now, okay, and give you kind of like a bullish engulfing. What it means that there's a confluence of both horizontal support and the dynamic support, the trend line, meeting at this point. And of course, it will spell it in. Right? Will react very fast to the upside. So weight is bullish in its intent, the way I see it. So I'll be looking to buy on it, right? D40, D40, D40. Now I'm going to go to, first of all, check with this. No, wait. Let me go back to that wheat. I want to check something. Let me go to M15 and insert something. I want to check something. I need to really check if this signal is actually correct. Moving average 21 and moving average 50. Let's see what the two of them have to say. Okay, so I think we're still saying the same thing. So you break above this level in the short term, say buy, right? So I think we are still saying exactly the same thing. So my bias is actually confirmed for a buy, right? That's what I wanted to check and give out. So for D40, there's a massive drop to the downside of this one right now. But let's check with candles and see what the price is doing in recent time. Okay, so we had kind of like a whipsaw around here. Permit me to click on this and like a whipsaw, right? So, but this one, and this one is also intact, right? Intact. Let me see on H4. H4. Let's go to the back. Check what happened there. This one is still very much on the upside. Okay. Very much on the upside on H4. Hmm. Let's check this. So the price is currently dropping, but I think this area on 30 minutes be kind of like a litmus test. So the litmus test for D40 is going to be between 24,021 and 24,066. All right. So whatever the price wants to do, it should be able to do it within that range. So if you want to continue to fall, we should see it falling below 24,021 and 24,066. All right. So I think that's what I would do. So between 24,020, let's say 020 and 070. Okay, so let's wait for what the price will do around that range. Okay, if you want to go down, we want to see it break below 020. Habitats. Okay, so if the price of D40 will drop, right, it should be able to break below 24,020. But if you want to continue to go up and it come back to this range, then you want to see it break above 24,070, right? So for now, I'll just stay off D40. I'm not trading it until it gives me kind of like a favorable and fair bias, right? Let me look at what people are saying before I look at GBPJPY. PGP. Somebody say I barely analyze gold. I just flip through. Well, I've already analyzed gold. I've already told you my feelings on gold. I said gold, good. Because gold is already going down, Euro USD go follow. I think that's what I said. Because I place it, I think I placed a trade on US, Euro USD. I think so. And it's currently in profit. Oh, okay, it was USD I used, not Euro USD. Okay, so the USD trade is a profit. I expect USD to follow, but let's wait. So for gold and I think gold and Euro USD will travel the same route. Travel the same route. So if you are selling on gold, you should be able to sell on Euro USD. I think that's what I can tell you because my bias is actually bearish on both. Now let's go to GBP-JPY. Now for GBP-JPY, now because I placed a trade on GU and it's a profit, I might want to, I might be tempted to say that pound is weak. So I'm going to now go to GBP-JPY and check if it is going to be the same thing. Okay. I think Japanese yen is strong. Japanese yen is strong. So that's where I see it this morning. It is most likely that it's strong. So I'm going to go to breakingnews.com or breaking the news rather. Second, breaking the news. Breaking the news. I want to share this screen with you. Share. Let me share this news with you. Breaking the news. Now, I wanted to check if we have anything that has to do with Japanese yen. Because the only thing I'm seeing here is that gold sleeps 1% with eyes on Trump Putin meeting. I don't know when they're going to meet, maybe it's today or tomorrow. But I hope that I know that there's a meeting, if you Iran urge global action to stop Israel genocide in Gaza. Well, don't know. Not a politician. I think everything is politics in the world. Okay. I'm actually looking for a news on Japanese here, but I don't have any right here. But based on what I'm seeing, world politics. But I don't have any news on Japanese yen really. But I think it's very strong because despite the fact that Euro USD is going down, USD is not commensurately going up. So it could mean that if I now go back to here, I don't know. I can also go to wait before I share my MT5, MT4 screen. I've been needing to do something. I've been needing to go on Forex Factory. Let's see if I can get sentiment. Uh, okay, so Chinese. Okay, that's China yuan. Let's check with sentiment. Sentiment. I don't have it. I was actually looking for something that I use, but I don't have it. So don't worry. I'm actually looking for something, but I don't have it. So I'm gonna go to, because of time, I'm gonna go back to my MT4, okay, and then continue this conversation. So, okay, so my trade hit stop loss on Japanese yen, right? That's the way it is. My trade hit stop loss on Japanese yen, which is fine. Okay, so that means that prediction was wrong, right? Which is fine. So we win some, we lose some, and that's the importance of stop loss. But we are still very strong on GBP USD. Look that one, we take profit. Of course, for USD, for Euro USD, the bias is beginning to turn to sell. It's beginning to turn that way. But we're not going to enter until the signal is very clear. So I'm not going to trade the sell until I have a very strong signal and a very strong conviction that Euro USD will go down, right? So I'm going to go to, I'm going to go to, I'm going to go to what I was doing before. I think that would be on, where now? That would be on GBP JPY. So my bias for this one is also going to be most likely bearish, but I cannot bet on it because this one is different from the GBP USD front. This one is more like a move opposite of what we saw on crude oil, right? So if we do suppose this, say we do this, this one will be fair. Okay, let's get to this. I can actually do it 3 times. Second one, think it's fairer like this. So this particular trade occurrence is trading in a range, right? Like a double range. So if you are still selling now, I think you are good. If you are on a sell on this, even though I will not place a sell. If you're on a sell, you are good. If you're on a buy, it may not be okay. If your trade may not be okay. Okay, you could close it and move on. But of course, I'll be looking to buy only when the price returns to this level. That's when I'll buy. Whether now or in the future, that's when I'll be looking to buy. If I'm to trade, that's what I'll do. All right, I'm looking to buy around this line. So you can plot this kind of line on your phone or laptop and wait for the price to return to this line in the future. It will happen, right? It will happen. And then you can pick a buy, right? Now that will conclude our session for today. And of course, I look forward to you guys tomorrow joining us. Another analysts to be on hot seat to distill the market, and of course, we'll reason together, right? So I want to appreciate all of us here present for the time, okay, for the data you use, of course, for the opportunity for me to actually share this with you. So somebody is reminding me of the class I promised to hold on Friday. Now it didn't hold because I was not around, all right? That class on psychology did not hold, but I think we could hold it this week. So don't worry, we can arrange something, and of course you get notification as to when the class will come. But put all your hope on it. Of course, the class is coming on psychology or trading. So I want to appreciate everybody once again. Of course, I'm wishing you a fruitful week, green peeps always, and of course, trade safe, stay safe. Bye bye.